The collapse of empires. The same story every time. There is a simple truth that has repeated throughout history. Empires are not usually destroyed by conquest from the outside, but collapse from within, especially because of money. Money deteriorates, trust fades, the system breaks down, and massive structures begin to crumble. Rome, Spain, Britain. Their stories may look different, but they follow the same pattern. Overexpansion, unsustainable spending, debasement, or relentless printing of money, inflation, loss of trust, and finally, collapse. Today, there are signs that the United States is walking the same path. This is not a prophecy. It is a pattern history has already shown. Rome, built on trust, collapsed on corrupted money. What made Rome great was not only its legions, but its reliable money. The silver coin called denarius meant real value for centuries. When people accepted that coin, they knew exactly what they were getting in return. But conquests, roads, fortresses, soldier salaries, expenses inflated. The state found a way to mint more coins with the same amount of silver. Reduce the silver inside each coin little by little. At first, nobody noticed. The coin looked the same, but its substance had changed. The result? Prices exploded. Soldiers demanded payment in gold or goods. Farmers abandoned money and returned to bartering. Tax collectors could no longer collect taxes. The economy jammed. Rome did not collapse because it lost its borders. It collapsed because it devalued its money. When money died, the system built on top of it could no longer stand. Spain. You can be surrounded by wealth and still be poor. Spain suddenly became the richest power in the world, with silver flowing from the New World. But there was a problem. If everyone has more money, that money becomes less valuable. When Europe was flooded with silver, prices rose. Instead of building industry or strengthening production, Spain spent money on wars, palaces, and imported luxuries. The money entered the country and flowed right out to others. Debts grew. Spain defaulted multiple times. Its currency lost trust. It became harder to sustain the army. Colonies began to break away. In short, even seemingly unlimited resources run out under bad management. Britain. Retreat from reserve currency status. While the British Empire ruled vast parts of the world, the pound was the world's primary currency. The gold standard created trust. But 2 world wars, massive debt, and finally the abandonment of gold weakened the pound. Devaluations came, savings evaporated, trust collapsed, colonies separated one by one. More than military defeats, it was the inability to manage the monetary system and debt burden that ended the empire. United States. The modern reflection of the pattern. After World War II, the dollar became the global reserve currency and was seen as solid as gold. Then the world changed. Wars, enormous programs, global military bases. In 1971, the dollar completely cut its ties with gold. After the 2008 crisis, money expansion, creating new money, became permanent. During the pandemic, this accelerated even further. Inflation rose. The mountain of debt exploded. Meanwhile, the world's dependence on the dollar as reserves is slowly declining. Some countries are building trade routes in local currencies and increasing gold purchases. In short, the assumption that the dollar will always stay on top is now being questioned. Peak. Power, trust, solid money. Overexpansion. More land, more obligations. Deficits. Spending more than income, chronic budget gaps. Money debasement. When debt is not enough, money is multiplied. Inflation. Money increases, real goods and services stay the same. Prices rise. Loss of trust. People in the world lose faith in the currency. Collapse. Army, administration, infrastructure cannot be financed, the system disintegrates. Because in the end, the issue is not money, it is trust. Currency is the summary of a society's trust in one another and in the state. When trust collapses, the numbers printed on paper are meaningless. History whispers this. When money deteriorates, order deteriorates. The collapse of empires isn't an explosion. It is the slow fading of a light. The pattern always begins with small signs, budget deficits, easy money solutions, and the belief that this time is different. So the wisest thing to do today is to face reality, prioritize real value and productivity, and spread risk. You cannot print wealth. You cannot borrow forever. When money loses its value and a society loses trust, even the greatest structures cannot stand. History has told this story many times. Now the question is, what will we do to avoid repeating the same mistakes?